Throughout history, great minds have guided us with wisdom that endures far beyond their time. Among them, Marcus Aurelius, Rome's Stoic emperor, remains a timeless beacon of strength, clarity, and discipline. His teachings remind us that the greatest battles are not fought against the world, but within ourselves. In today's journey, we begin by uncovering Marcus Aurelius's timeless wisdom, how to build unshakable self-discipline. These principles will reveal how self-mastery and resilience can become the foundation of a life lived with purpose. But wisdom does not end with discipline. True strength also lies in perseverance, the ability to rise again and again, no matter how many times life tests us. That's why, after discipline, we turn to never give up, Stoicism's secret to unbreakable strength. Here, we will learn how the Stoics transformed struggle into power and obstacles into opportunities for greatness. Together, these two lessons, discipline and perseverance, form a complete path for anyone who seeks inner power, calm in adversity, and courage in every step of life's journey. So settle in, open your mind, and let's begin this timeless exploration into Stoic wisdom.
Watching your actions closely is a kind of self-discipline. Self-discipline is an important concept espoused by Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor whose reign was from 161 to 180 AD. During his reign, Aurelius took the time to write a series of autobiographical writings. These are now known as the Meditations. In these writings, Roman emperors offered a number of key insights on how to effectively exercise self-discipline. He offers hints on self-discipline and self-control in 10 important writings. In his Meditations, Aurelius portrays self-discipline as a reason one has to achieve the purpose. As Aurelius states, "I have to go to work as a human. What do I have to complain of if I am to do what I am supposed to be doing? What large number of people think am I made to do? To huddle under blankets and remain warm." For so long, Marcus Aurelius has believed that we each have a purpose, and something that we were created for was the steps to self-discipline. Understanding your goals and a clear outline of your tasks provide a higher probability of successfully completing work. Take, for example, the case where a flat tire requires changing. It is clear you want to get back on the road, so your goal is to complete this task at hand as fast as you can. You're going to complete that task regardless of how tired you feel at that moment. The most effective method to source self-discipline is to figure out your personal reason behind attempting to accomplish tasks. If you are lost in thoughts and are unsure of what to do, just do something. In case your goal is to be a writer, write. If you want to be an artist, paint. The premise is, whatever you set out to achieve, you do not need any additional motivation or advice. Start off with a hobby and get it done every single day, because it is this type of reasoning that will give you the motivation to get started. Self-discipline is the act of indulging in commitment towards choosing to accomplish something and reaching the finish line. Finally, depend on yourself. My favorite quote from Marcus Aurelius goes, "Turn your desire to stone, quench your appetites, keep your mind centered on itself." Now that you have a strong objective, it's about time to design a practical strategy that will aid you in achieving your goal. Rather than just setting objectives, you can start by breaking them down to more manageable actions that need to be done. We have to be willing to put in the effort required to execute the tasks that are needed to be completed regardless of the challenges presented to us. Self-discipline is the ability to get yourself to take action, to do what you need to do, regardless of your level of mental or emotional state. Everything you want in your life, everything you want to have, what you want to be, depends on you being able to get yourself to take the necessary actions needed to accomplish your goals, whether you feel like it or not. You can start with forming an effective plan of action that is comprised of a deadline of accomplishing your goal. A proper strategy is to build the goal in steps along with the reality. Mini milestones provides you with the visual tools that allow you to track your progress and change your schedule accordingly to be able to achieve goals at hand. It allows for you to mediate, allowing you to feel a sense of ease regarding the tasks and projects that you're working on. What needs to be avoided is, at all costs, the problem of being triaged with too many goals at once. Triaged can quickly snowball into not doing anything, then actually doing nothing, and, perniciously, where inactivity prevails, self-restraint becomes unattainable. Richard Harbaugh. You are weather of your own life gives out if you do not follow the clouds. One is required to make adjustments and take it easy if one's efforts do not yield favorable results. But motivation and growth cannot be a part of any stagnant set of thoughts. He resisted because he knew it was futile, for no one is able to impose limits on you by trying to frame your situation or context for you. All of us, including myself, lack the ability to have the discipline required to follow a multitude of goals set for ourselves. By framing your goals and turning up each day to enact your plans, you will have a much cleaner room and clearer head. John Cleese believed that actively changing the environment you work reveals unbelievable self-growing. It is through focus, along with hard work, that anything great is obtained, which comes with great challenges itself. Self-discipline is achieving a multitude of tasks over and over until muscle memory takes over and results start shining through. For instance, not exercising when aware should not classify you as a failed person. Instead, it should highlight your ability to carry on, which slowly builds the core within oneself. Bad days do not have to spiral towards a terrible whole week or a year as well. The truth is, everyone has bad days where even simple tasks feels horrifying. But remember, waking up brings new motivation in front of you. As Marcus states, you should start with voluntary self-discipline, be it not cursing during painful instances like having headaches or earaches. But that is not to say that any complaints should be prohibited, only that they shouldn't consume you. Voluntary hardship is a way that self-discipline can be developed. As the name suggests, voluntary hardship means constantly putting oneself to the test. Life is made challenging in small ways routinely, and in doing so, we are preparing ourselves for the day when life may need to be lived for real. Some examples of voluntary hardships would be missing a meal and going without food for an entire night, taking a freezing cold shower, refraining from smoking, sleeping on the floor, choosing not to wear a jacket when it's cold and wet outside, or even giving half of your wardrobe to a charitable trust. You can go a few days without using social media or toss your smartphone into a drawer. Do this often enough, and you will start to appreciate what it feels like to have less and realize you can survive with less. Practice dichotomy of control. Aurelius once said, "You have power of your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stressing over things, having your focus disrupted by small external matters is quite detrimental to your self-discipline. You have objectives, and in the middle of pursuing those goals, you're filled with distress about something out of your control, leaving you derailed. In this situation, your best bet will be applying Epictetus's dichotomy of control. Tell yourself what you can change, what you cannot. If you accept the things that are out of your control, you will attain inner peace. Next time you find yourself in a distressed and distracted state, remember the following phrasing. Is there a problem within your life? If no, do not worry. And if yes, can I do something for this problem? If yes, do not worry. And if no, still do not worry. You are never a victim. Stop playing the victim. To paraphrase Aurelius Marcus, mind your business and don't complain. How many of these have you uttered? It is how I was born. I never had the opportunity to learn. My family did not show me the right way. It is normal practice. What are these? Justifications that people make to remain where they are instead of trying to improve. You must take ownership. The mentality of why me is detrimental to achieving mental strength. Even though you might not be wrong, you have to appreciate the fact that it is your life and it is your responsibility to identify what's in your power and take action. You need to discipline yourself to consider matters this way rather than resigning yourself to self-pity. When things go wrong, it is easy to blame other people. However, it takes a low amount of mental strength to take responsibility of a situation when it doesn't concern you. Be the person who accepts responsibility instead of the one who flees the situation and blames other people. By putting yourself into the position of the victim, you disable yourself, reduce your scope of control, and ride yourself off responsibility. When someone doesn't care about ownership, it becomes very difficult to achieve any type of progress. As expressed previously, a good attendance record is earned, not given. During company holiday parties, for instance, individuals tend to congregate near the buffet table for a feast. Now, there could be multiple reasons as to why you should or shouldn't partake in such an action if your goal is to shed off some weight. Shedding off some calories might sound appealing, but so does food, and so does the feeling of instant gratification. Now, when the work party is over, you could step on the scale to see how many pounds you've lost, or haven't lost, because saving the weight of an entire buffet meal sat heavy in your stomach too. On the other hand, if durant the entire evening you munch on nothing but salad and carrot sticks, the chances of you hearing that super rewarding sound on the scale to be quite high. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands?" The term self-discipline can be defined as one's ability to delay instant gratification and achieve long-term goals. We often put what is of value to us off so that we can gain something in return at a later stage. Focus on the problem. Ignore the naysayers. Marcus Aurelius once poured wisdom on us by saying, "When someone adores and praises you, or people offer a similar lauding, delve into the soul. You will see what type of people they are. Hence, it will be of great relief to know that these are not the people that need to rattle your nerves." Whenever you realize your true purpose in life and make the effort to pursue it, obstacles will be thrown at you. There are all sorts of naysayers, which are those that oppose everything without giving a concrete reason. Naysayers only say nay, always seeking to oppose anything. People who take naysaying as a form of fun will always have a love for you. They understand your goals but dread the idea of progress taking place. Such naysayers pose a real threat to a person's self-discipline. Allowing someone's opinion to upset you is foolish, especially when such a person is a stranger who does not hold any value in your life. Doing so is as pointless as getting angry with the weather. You're wasting energy that could be used in more productive ways. Their voice doesn't need to be listened to. You should not allow anyone to violate your right to peace of mind. Honest criticism must be sought from people who can be respected. But if one knows someone who always tends to criticize, he's better off avoiding them. Determine the people who you consider wise and shape your life on theirs. One may even choose to associate with good men for the simple reason that they lived or their character and way, if life is one that you wish to emulate. Opera individuum, Marcus Aurelius states. The goal now is to look for answers outside to help you build upon your self-discipline. So the first step is to look for role models. Family, friends or colleagues who have already accomplished what you are striving for are great role models. Start asking these questions to yourself. Who has the ability to do this now? Who has this goal in mind and has succeeded in achieving it? Who has successfully integrated this habit in their life? Who has successfully adapted to this change? Who has self-discipline in this aspect? What discipline can I extract from this person's experience in solving their problem to help me along my journey? Take time to ask these people how they put boundaries on themselves. Try and learn from them. What actions in particular did they take that made them achieve what they set out to accomplish? Then, let that experience inform how you discipline yourself on your own journey. Be honestly critical of yourself. These are the characteristics of the rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. It aspires to reach its own goal and revels in the fruits of the effort. This quote by Marcus Aurelius captures the depth of reflection on actions one aspires to achieve. Gaining discipline requires one to scrutinize themselves and identify weak spots. Be brutally honest and use this time to connect with your subconscious. Keeping a consistent practice of retrospection will help you become more self-aware because you are consistently trying to formulate constructive answers to the questions you ask yourself throughout the day. For example, what did I do well today? Where was I disciplined? Where was my self-control weak? Where did I go wrong? And why? More importantly, what are the ways in which I can be better? You have learned how to improve tomorrow, but don't be too harsh on yourself. Follow in the footsteps of Seneca and let it go. Self-compassion is just as important. Studies suggest that it is forgiving self rather than self-chastisement that helps in procrastination. Also, don't only focus on self-critique. Ponder over what you actually did good as well, so that you can do it again tomorrow. Appreciate the positive things that occurred today. If you like this video, check out our Stoicism playlist. And if you want to watch videos on finding success and happiness through our content, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. It's important that you recall a specific moment when you sought more than what was given to you. Additionally, putting yourself into a situation where people close to you do not support your goals makes things worse. I want you to remember about the time you genuinely considered just giving up on all of the prospects that never flourished. Do not forget that there was a moment in time that you did so much talking and complaining while the action part remained negligible. At one stage in life, self-reflection is inevitable so that you are able to push aside the excuses and illogical needs for complaining. Accept the fact that any other chance is not waiting for you unless you put your efforts towards the first one handed to you. You're not in a position to voice your concerns, and to some extent, you are correct. There is not a lot of time remaining, so instead of worrying, start figuring out something that is refreshing. You need a new perspective that allows your life to get more challenging as the opportunities are endless. But you will have to leave your comfort zone in order to experience it. When something is what you want more than anything, and you're not willing to open yourself to any new possibilities within you, chances are they will vanish in a clockworks. I'm not an advocate, but I certainly have heard my fair share of people saying that there are numerous things happening around you that are much bigger than what you're whining about. You whimper over so much without putting in any effort. And what is the goal here? Do not quit. You can pick one individual right now and change places with them. And the individual with whom you are trading places may be having it just a bit more difficult than you currently are at your life. At this moment, an overwhelming amount of people are enduring the worst of conditions. And your sore point is, what exactly? A lot of people out there want to swap their lives with yours for a day, yet so many are still disgruntled. Giving up is just not an option, and it never will be. Like others, you also do not have the right toss in the towel and claim it's over. Folks, you have to appreciate the fact that you are present here, because there are certain things you need to sort out at a very high level, and only some themers are genuinely equipped to handle it. There shouldn't be any barriers or borders as to where you are going, how far you are willing to travel, and what distances you are prepared to cover. It is normal for people to be a little lethargic at times. Do not be lax. People do tend to enclose themselves, for lack of a better term, in this box and argue they are completely fine where they are. Being okay is never an option, and that mindset is extremely toxic. How do you evolve? How do you grow? The key to success is always going to be opposition, conflict, challenges, and a multitude of things that will baffle you. You should return to the starting point, which is think back when you used to wish for something out of reach, because you had a craving that couldn't be fulfilled. Trying to be negative does not allow you to grow out of anything, and being skeptical takes away your strength. There are certain moments in life where you realize and understand that you are being tried and tested in multiple ways. Yes, perhaps sometimes one does reach stages where they feel vulnerable and broken and don't know what to do next. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, you are built to endure all of these challenges. I am trying to tell you one thing. Complaining is not going to help you further. Focus on living your life and utilize every opportunity you can. I challenge you, try to visit a nearby hospital. If given a chance, try walking through the numerous halls. Many adults as well as children from varying backgrounds are patients. All of them are trying to battle with their issues and, most importantly, fighting for their lives. Recovery may not be possible with some of the physical illnesses many deal with. Try strolling through a neighborhood where people are and have no place to go to, no food to eat, and are barely clothed. Try to understand that you do not have it that bad after all. Perhaps it is time for you to understand that troubles do not have to be that troubling. Perhaps it is time for you to understand the need to step away, far away from all the drama in your life. Perhaps it is time for you to understand that misery should not be chased, but your dreams should be. Reconnecting with yourself is essential because you are nobody to waste your time like this. You have so much to offer, but remember that waiting for it to happen and doing nothing is going to get you nowhere. It is time for you to stop trying to push yourself forward because sitting around remains neutral. You have to reignite the desire within you. So, complaining the next time, remember that misery should not be chased. Worrying often feels easier than it should, especially when we find it hard to engage in pursuits that matter to us. It's hard, but self-reflection might free you of guilt and undue stress. Ask yourself if such reflection propels you towards greater things. Or is it your way of just being nice and self-satisfied, without any concrete outcomes? Are you going to be the type that dreads progress and half-heartedly exclaims that for you to reach the top of the mountain, well, it means there is a lot more effort needed on your part? What happens after reaching the so-called top? Life doesn't promise to end there. It gets trickier when it comes to working out how to ascend to the next highest peak. Will you be that motivated? Being devoted to greatness requires us to amplify what we need from within so that we can unlock the proverbial figurative doors that hold back the best version of ourselves, whatever those doors may be. So we go all out. Be sure to do this. Ensure that you surround yourself within things that will empower you instead of shackling you into a regrettable existence. Don't fall into a bubble of trepidation. Always be willing to challenge yourself, because stepping out of your comfort zone would allow you to be the unique individual that you have always longed to be. Walk the path where no one has walked before.